really slow with putting out music because I'm kind of a perfectionist, and it's really bad. But it's like it's like a double-edged sword. You
Yeah.
know, like I need the single artwork to be perfect, and I need like the promo videos to be like this stunning visual. So like it's kind of, we're really slow with that, and I'm trying
Well,
to
at
like gain
that
back some ground.
at that point, isn't it a representation of your brand though too? Because you're probably
Yeah,
representing your company through these materials, right? So it's kind of like a
yeah.
it's your band and your brand. It's like those two things are pretty important to you.
It's literally like when artists say I put my heart out there, like it's more than that for me because it's not just my heart and my work, it's also my company and my company's work and like
Hmm.
my brain at work and how well I can make these concepts come to life. And it's just like, how do we take this visual or like this worded visual and throw it into like an actual visual representation? You know what I mean? Like how do
Yeah.
it's like it's a lot of work. Like
Well,
we
it's an
I put a lot
entire
of work into that.
yeah, it's an entire story you're trying to tell between multiple things that are interconnected, but they aren't the same, right? Like you've got pieces, they're all the unique thing in the middle is you, but you've got these different they're not necessarily going in the same direction. They have their own purposes, their own goals, right? But you have to
Yeah.
get them to meld and mesh together, which like yeah, that's a lot of work. And being a perfectionist, I mean, I can't blame you for that. There's a lot of value in that. So
It's such a problem, man. Like I wish I could say like, you know, I'm a perfectionist, but like, you know, I'm productive. And I am. But like it's almost to a point where it's a flaw. You know,
yeah,
like it gets to that point where it starts like tipping over that edge
no, I
and
get
it's like,
that.
okay, I'm neurotic. You know what I mean? Like this is like a neurotic person at work where it
Yeah,
needs to be this shot. Like I can't tell you, Chad, I can't even tell you. We film almost everything we do, whether it's
yeah,
practices, it's shows we play, it's you know, behind the scenes things of like the
hmm,
videos that we put together. I can tell you for a fact, like if something's not right in a shot, it doesn't see the light of day or we'll redo it. Like, and it's really bad because we probably use like 20 to 25% of what we actually gather
yeah,
content wise
brutal.
because I'm so neurotic about it. It's
Yeah,
bad. It's bad. I'll
I
be honest
mean,
with you. I feel, am I in therapy right now? Are you my
I
therapist?
mean,
Because I feel like I
I
need
mean,
this.
you're on the couch, right? I'm sitting here.
I am. Yeah. I should lay down. Look at her. She's just living life right now.
Yeah, she's just living the dream right there. No,
She's
honestly
doing
though,
what I
like
should be doing.
it makes so much sense though, because I mean, and it also doesn't help, that slight, some people kind of consider it a bad thing. I think ADHD is probably one of the most magical superpowers for some people.
Yeah, it is.
It's something that I feel really sad for kids who get kind of squashed by it,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because let's face it, like the education system we have is broken. It doesn't work. We're not meant to just kind of fit in this mold, fit in a box. And so when you start talking about your neuroticism and your particularities, it's like the fact is like I always see that type of stuff as the advantage, right? It's the thing that takes your work to the next level that someone else isn't willing to do. Because that's something that like I'm constantly looking to have an edge somewhere, right? And
Mm-hmm.
I mean when it comes to this stuff, like I have I have a website building company with some friends of mine, and it's taken us forever to put out our own website. We'll work on everyone else's websites, no problem, right? But when it
Yeah,
comes to our
man.
own, site, it's so much more like it has to be exactly how it is. It's our portfolio, it's our resume, it's how we're getting clients, it's how we're building our business. But the funny thing is we've held ourselves back by not getting our website that there. You know what I mean? It's kind of this irony where it's like we've built a bunch of websites and they turned out great, but we haven't built our own.
Dude, that's literally how I feel because I've done like, you know, so many music videos and so many live videos. And at the end of the day, it's like, well, how many did you do for yourself? And it's like I've done one music video for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And we have one live video that we did for Save Me that's coming out next month.
Sick.
And that's the extent of what I've done for myself. But I've done two things for myself. One has seen the light of day. And I'm working on another music video for another band that I've just did one for last year. They're gonna have two more music videos than I've done for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll
it's like, what's
I'll
wrong
tell you
with
what's
you?
ironic though. I'll tell you what's ironic is if you were to share this stuff that quote unquote isn't good enough to see the light of day,
Yeah.
I will bet you that upwards of 75-80% of people would see nothing at all. They would
They
find
would
no
see nothing
flaws,
wrong with it.
right? They would see
Yeah.
nothing wrong with it. And,
Yeah.
like eventually one of my favorite creators, I talk about him all the time, Peter McKinnon. I don't know if you've seen his YouTube channel. Phenomenally talented guy, videographer, photographer. But he started doing the daily thing a while back because he was neurotic. He was that same type of personality. And so he said, I need to just do it. So he said, perfection is the enemy of done. So he just started putting out stuff every single day. So that way he had to put something out. Even if it wasn't perfect, he had like this deadline every single day. This has to go out. So I may hate it, but it has to go out there. And it's like he did that for a certain amount of time until he got to a point where he kind of changed his mindset. And now he doesn't do daily. He does like maybe weekly videos, but I mean, you can see the growth that happened in him from he doing that. And it's like, maybe I should do that. Maybe I should just like, all right, I'm going to create something every day. Even if it's terrible, I'll create it and post it and then let the chips fall where they may.
Yeah.
But at least it's
Absolutely.
out there.
Right. You know what? I need to do that as like a writer too, because I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I do that same thing. Um and I've done that throughout my music career, like time in and time out. Again, like I've done it so many times where I would be like, "Oh, this is a great song," right? And I'll write it. As I'm writing it, I'm like, "This is one of my favorites." And then I'll go to record it, and I'm just like, "This is trash. We're not putting out this song."
What a
Like I
tragic
don't
feeling,
want to put out
man.
this song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not even just like the video or my company or anything like that. It's literally everything I do. It's like I feel like it needs to be perfect, and that's it's not good. I should change that. I'm gonna change that. I'm just gonna
Well,
start putting out shit like
I
straight
mean,
trash.
I'm gonna
I'm
just
sorry, I
start.
don't know if I'm allowed to curse,
No,
but like
you're totally fine, dude. Of course.
okay.
I what I'll do, we'll just have like a weekly text. Hey, you did it. You did it. You did it yet?
I would appreciate that. I would actually very much so appreciate that.
No, I honestly like my wife. She keeps hounding me. She's like, you could do a lot more with your podcast. I'm like, yeah, I know. I could do a lot more, but I am too picky to choose the clips for TikTok, and I'm too like it's like I need to get the exact right conversation. It can't just cut off in the middle of a sentence. And she's like, just put content out there. I'm like, I can't just put it out there. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
it is
well,
like, go on.
I'll tell you, man, she's probably right.
She is
She's
right.
probably
I know
right,
she's
man.
right.
She's right.
I
I
know
mean, they
and
always
that's
are.
oh,
They always are.
absolutely. Yeah,
You know.
that's exactly right, dude. Like,
Yeah.
but it is like there is just so much, and I mean, I think that that old adage, you are your own worst enemy. I think it comes true a lot of times in more than just like I think it's just that we sell ourselves too short. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As
Absolutely.
naturally as people, like you can see all these amazing things other people are doing, but not recognize the same greatness in yourself. It's like
That's so
terrible.
true. Yeah, it's so true. I think a lot of the time we don't realize how great our stuff is because it wasn't what we envisioned, but it doesn't mean
Hmm.
it's not great, you know?
That's a great way to put it. Yeah.
Because for me, for example, there are things about the American Dream music video that I personally would have changed. Um, but looking back at it, oh man, did I sat on that video for about a month just coloring it because I was like, this is not what I wanted. This is not how I
Yeah.
expected it to be. But with that being said, I am learning as a cinematographer that, different things, they call for different ways of filming it. And
Hmm.
it's not it's so like for example like I wanted it to be a bit more moody, which would call for more shadows, but But at the end of the day, it's not what we were looking to do. When I think about it, the mood that we had set for it with the lighting actually makes more sense for it than my initial vision. So, in that regard, it's actually probably better than if it were moody, because it wouldn't have made any sense. Like,
Yeah, that makes
so
sense.
it just because it wasn't how I envisioned it doesn't mean that it's not great. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
I don't know if I'd ever call my stuff great, and I think that's something I need to work out in therapy. But like, but
Well,
but
I mean,
yeah, I mean,
I will tell you the music is great.